Okay. Hopefully my microphone won't cut out. It's been cutting out and coming clear again. So start them straight away. There was brought in, ferried in, some glass amphoras, diligently gypsated, which means it's got gypsum as a closing of the lid or something like that, of which there were Petronius, labels or titles on the necks of these amphoras or glass bottles, with this title affixed. What have we got here? Falernum is the best type of wine, optimum of 100 years, so it's been bottled for 100 years. While we were reading these titles, Chimalchio composed his hands, he clapped his hands. Hey, he said, therefore, wine lives longer than an homunculus, than a little man. Therefore, let us make Tenomenes, which Tango Menes, it's a alternate spelling, but it has it's like a sponge that can soak up things. So I guess the men are going to be sponges drinking up wine. Wine is life. Okay. True opimum presto. Presto usually means at hand. So there's some true. There was a guy who was a consul. I think he was Opimanus or something. So it was a wine made during his consulship. Yesterday I placed some that was not so good. Vinum bonum, and more honester, comparative, men were dining. So more honest men by much, were dining. Okay, Tango Menace, plural, doesn't actually have the AES version here. Soak sponges. Here's Opimanus. Very celebrated wine or vintage from the founding of the city or something. 633 years. Optimus was consul. Lewis and Shorter got a thing on it too. Therefore, to us poting, drinking, and admiring these very curated or specially designed laurtitias, which means things that's praised, happinesses. They're all admiring all these wonderful things. A slave atulated brought in a silver lava, a silver ghost. And thus it was apt that its articles, its joints and its vertebrae were loose, so it's a skeleton with bones. It was flectoring, it was bending into all parts, all directions. This went over the table once and again. It was abjected, it was cast on the table, and a catena is a chain, so this is a chain or joints, it's mobile, so flexible joints of it, pressed out several shapes or figures. Chimalchio, he added, woe, alas, us wretches, how the whole homunculus is nothing. The poor man, little man, how his life, his total is nothing. Thus all of us will be after Orcus takes us away. I guess that's hell or something in English. Therefore let us live while it is licit to be well, while things are permitted or they are well. Chapter 35. Laudation. Again, there's a bit of praise. A furculum insecuted. So another plate or tray, clearly not as expected in its magnus, in its great size. Nevertheless, this novelty converted the eyes of all of them, all the people at the party, for it was a round repositorium. It was a round tray or plate. It had duodecim signas in a circle, had 12 signs dispositioned in it, over which had its own appropriate and suitable, the structor, the person who had built it, had imposed food over each of these 12 signs, star signs, over the Aries, which is a ram, kick is a pea, so the chickpea was in the shape of a ram as well. Over Taurus, there was a little bite of bublil, that's oxen or beef. Over the Gemini was testicles, because there's two of them, and renal things are kidney things. Over Cancer the crab was a crown for some reason. Over Leo the Lion, there was African Fig. Over the Virgin, Virgo, I think we call it. There was a sterile coolam, which I believe the lobe calls something to do with the uterus of a pig or something maybe. Over Libra is a Satura, that's the plate on a balance. What do you call them? Like Libra's over, you got that balance thing on it anyway. One part there's a type of pastry, and the other was a placenta. Again, that's a little cake. Like when you give birth, there's a placenta, the little cake thing. So it's not a human placenta, it's just a cake. Over Scorpio, there is a diminutive maritime beast, this little sea fish or something. Over Sagittarius, something to do with an eye, an occlupedam. Whoever the hell knows what that is. Over Capricorn, there's a marine locust, a prawn or something. Over Aquarius, there's a goose. Over Pisces, there's two mullets, two fishes. In the middle now, there was Caspis, that's a tuft of grass, usually has the dirt in it, with the greenery. It's got a honeycomb cut out, and it's sustaining. There's the tuft of grass is holding the honeycomb with some greenery. There's not much to go. Something was circumferrabated. An Egyptian boy, circumferrabated. He carried around some panem, which is bread, on a silver clipano. And there's a lacuna there. Someone with a terrible voice twisted out a canticle, a song from this play here, Lesser Picario, whatever the hell that was. I don't know if it still exists. Looks like Tremarchus is the one doing it. We came here very grim and sad. Acesimus, we came here to such cheap food. So sadly we've come to such cheap food, and he's now about to persuade people. Let's eat. He says, this is the gravy or the juice or the sauce or the something for the dinner. Okay, and it'll continue another time.